What's up, guys? Theo here, coming to you with the prediction for Jiri Prochazka versus Aleksandar Rakic. So right now, Aleksandar Rakic is a minus 145 favorite, and the comeback on Jiri Prochazka is plus 110. And guys, I like Jiri Prochazka here. I already have a bet on him, 0.25 units at plus 110 to win here. I really think that this line is flipped. I do not think that Rakic should be the favorite here, and I'm quite surprised that he is. Just based on the fact that the guy has really not ever proven himself to be championship level at light heavyweight, and he's been very inactive. He's coming off of like a devastating injury. And you're talking about Jiri Prochazka here, who has been fighting at the top of the division for a few years now. He's had some wars with very good guys. He got knocked out by Alex Pereira, so people think that he should be an underdog here. I'm very confused by that sentiment because, in my opinion, that was a bullshit stoppage, the Alex Pereira versus Jiri fight. Jiri was he was clearly not done in that fight. I'm not saying that he wasn't knocked out for a second, but I think Alex caught him, and I think he fell onto Alex, and I think he was pulling Alex back into guard to try to work on the ground with him, and I think the ref mistook that and thought that Jiri was falling backwards, knocked out. Now, Jiri did come out and say, yes, I was unconscious for a little bit. The thing people are missing here, guys, is that is not the first or even the second time that's happened to Jiri. There have been 2 times in the past where he has been knocked out on his feet in a fight, came back and won the fight. That has happened more than once, okay? That happened to him with Dominic Reyes. The same exact thing happened, and it happened to him once also early on in the regional scene. I remember him talking about it. So Jiri can kind of take that. He can get knocked out and he can still come back and win. And he wasn't knocked out clean in that fight. That was genuinely a bad stoppage. Jiri was coming to, he was pulling Pereira back into his guard. He was trying to get to the ground. We've seen Jiri before go to the ground. It's not even it shouldn't have even been some surprising thing. So I really think that was a bad stoppage. But I think Jiri's not the type of dude that's going to complain, moan and bitch like a lot of these dudes. So I think he just didn't protest, didn't fight, whatever. But, I will stand by it, and I will say that was not a legit stoppage for Alex Pereira, and I do think Alex Pereira is really good. But Jiri kind of got screwed over by the judges there, man. And, I guess it's influencing this line. I really genuinely don't understand why Rakic is the favorite here. I don't think by the time the fight rolls around he will be. I think he's going to end up switching, being the underdog. And everyone's going to be talking about what the hell were we thinking making Rakic a favorite, because Rakic, guys, he gets hyped up every time he fights. Okay, what was the last time he fought? He fought a long time ago against Jan Blachowicz, and he got that devastating injury in the fight. And guys, I remember back when that fight happened. Here's what people are forgetting. Rakic, before fighting Blachowicz, which was already over a year ago or something like that, he had not fought in 3 years or something before that fight. I remember they scheduled the fight. It was the return of Aleksandar Rakic. He's finally coming back to do what he needs to do in the division and make a title run. And he puts on this mid-performance against Jan Blachowicz, who, yes, is a difficult guy to fight, but for the amount of hype they were putting on him, they were acting like he was going to come out here and put on some kind of striking clinique. And that's just not what happened. He put on a very boring fight, and he ended up getting hurt in the 3rd round in a fight that, was he winning? Probably. But it was a close fight up to that point. He's been so inactive at this point. The guy has had 1 fight in 4 or 5 years at this point, guys. And he's just not as good. It's almost like time goes by and people forget that he's really not that good. It's almost like they trick themselves into thinking that he's this elite, amazing striker because he knocked out, who is that fucking bum guy that he knocked out? Jimmy Manua or something? He knocked him out with a crazy kick. Yeah, it was insane, but that guy's a bum. He's not even in the UFC anymore. So, yeah, I just don't really get this line. I'm actually more confident that Jiri is going to win this than I am that Alex is going to beat Jamal. The thing is, guys, is I'm breaking 2 of my personal betting rules on this card. I'm betting on a Jiri fight and a Pereira fight, and I told myself in the past I would never bet on either of those guys again because I get them wrong no matter what. But I just can't not bet these odds on them. I think like plus money on Jiri against a guy that's been very inactive and hasn't really ever come close to the level that Jiri's been in the division. I think Jiri's X factor, how wild he is, the chaos he creates, I think he's going to be able to make something happen against Rakic here. I think he's going to get a win. So I might even increase my position if this line does not go back to Jiri being a favorite, because he should be in this case. And if I hear other people kind of backing the support people I trust, saying that they like the same thing that I like, I might end up putting more money on him. 0.25 units is a little bit small, but hey, I just don't want tons of units out on this card because I got kind of a weird feeling this is going to be one where I don't get everything right. That seems like it should go my way. So Jiri Prochazka is going to be the pick, though, at plus money, guys. Keep it locked in. More picks coming later this week for 300.